Okay, it's March 20th. It's been really bright today. We haven't had many clouds for a week now, which has been great, getting a lot of electricity. Um, it is cold, though. It was 20 degrees last night, and that's the coldest it's been in 6 months, so that was kind of surprising. I would have thought that the extreme colds would be probably in December, January, February. I guess the shortest day was in December, and the coldest day should be right, near after that. And now it's it's March 20th, and we're down to 20. It hasn't been that cold since October, which was odd to have such a cold day that early in the fall. But anyway, there's that. That's just kind of odd. Um, I don't really feel that cold though. I feel pretty good. Um, Actually, it worked out pretty well. Tonight I climbed up on top of the roof. I was looking out, and I wasn't wearing my normal boots. I was wearing my mucklucks, which are at least dry. My other boots are wet, or they were. I set them out in the sun, and they dried off nicely in the cold, dry air. But my mucklucks, they're much warmer, but they don't have very good traction, and I wasn't thinking. So I was walking around up on the roof, and I've been up there all day, off and on, no problem. But this time, my feet slipped out from under me, and I just shot right off the side of the roof. In the past, I'd been able to either grab hold of the roof somehow or kind of catch a tree on the way down and brace my legs. But this time I didn't have anything. It was just a flat, clean metal roof, and I just slid right off. I fell on my back in the backyard. Fortunately, the drop is only about 6 inches now because the snow is still piled up pretty deeply behind the house. So that was kind of the reason I was risking it because really it was a 6 inch drop. So I actually hurt myself worse by just falling on my butt and then falling off the roof. That was not any big deal at all. It was kind of a soft landing. Um, let's see. Had an interesting. I did a little bit of photography today. It's kind of funny because I need to get down to the beach and do some filming, and I'm just lazy. It's like I have nothing to do all day, and the only thing I really should do is go out and do some filming, but I just didn't feel like it. And I'm it's been like 3 or 4 days, and I'm just like, I just don't want to go. So whatever, I'll maybe do it tomorrow. I still have 100 and something days. Um, oh, anyway, so I did. I got my time lapse camera, and I strapped that to the wind turbine, and so it's kind of fun to see the turbine is spinning around, and so you kind of get a bird's eye view or a turbine eye view of the surroundings. So it turns this way, and then it turns that way, and then it spins around, and the aperture is pretty slow. The shutter time is pretty long, and so you also get some digital um, weird effects, some wobble. Um, you can get that a lot when I'm shooting with my 5D. If people are moving, sometimes if they're moving quickly, it kind of looks like slanted because the pixels are reading up, line by line. So there's actually a delay from the time when it shoots at the top to the bottom. So if something's moving, it may look like it's slanted one way or the other. Anyway, the wind turbine is spinning around, and it looks like the turbines, the blades are being bent in the wind, which is kind of funny. Um, like instead of just going around like this, they look like, or instead of spinning like this, it looks like they're bending, and so it's like this. It's really a weird cartoony effect. It's not video; it's just photos, but I thought it was pretty funny. Um, I left it's in a airtight enclosure, and I snapped it shut. I normally do because it holds it a little tighter. But it started to fog up. I need to find a way to dry it out. It's not damaging it, but I get some fog on the inside. So what I think I'm going to do is close the fastener, but not snap it shut. So there's a little air gap, and hopefully that will keep it dry enough to not fog up. Um, I have another case for it that has holes in it for, I guess, to prevent that and to let more sound in. I don't really care about the sound, but I do need to prevent the case from fogging up again. So I will have to I'll have to look into that. Um, let's see. The other thing I might do. I have another case. I'd like to drill a hole in the side of it so I can run a USB power cable to it. Unfortunately, the one, when I had it up on the wind turbine, it turned off after maybe an hour and a half because of the cold. And it got up to, I don't know, 27 today or so. It'll be fine if it's like 40 or 50. But even then, it'll run for maybe 3 hours and then the battery runs out. So I'd like to hook it up to an external battery. And to do that, I need to get the case with the holes in it, and then make a bigger hole where I can attach the external battery. What I may do is mount it up in the tree without any case, so it's just sitting there, or where it's kind of open, and then take the big battery and bolt that to the side of the tree. It'll look kind of funny, but the shot would be really amazing. What I'd like to do is get like a time-lapse video of the house where I'm taking a shot every 30 seconds, and then do that for the entire day. I think that would be a really interesting effect. So, I don't know. We'll see what's what. Anyway, I think that's about it. I'm getting kind of tired. I'm not sure why. I slept 12 hours last night. I feel a little bit stiff from that fall. My neck hurts a little bit, my shoulder. My right shoulder is really hurting, not just from the fall, but from the work I was doing in November, 4 months ago, lifting wood. Or not lifting the wood, I was carrying a basket on my shoulder through the forest, and I think I may have done something stupid. Hopefully it'll heal up when I stop, working out here, and when I stop sleeping on a piece of plywood. Maybe sleeping in a bed would be good. It's, sleeping on the ground has never hurt me in the past, but I guess I'm getting older, so maybe I'm just not as bulletproof as I used to be. But that seems unlikely. I feel pretty good. So, anyway, Wilson is sleeping well. She was snoring before and having some nightmares or some kind of dream, and she was kind of getting excited. I didn't know if I should wake her up or just kind of laugh at her. So I opted for the latter, and had a good time. So, anyway, she seems to be doing well. Man. That's inside. Crazy. But it's not too cold. I feel great. Of course, I'm wearing like 5 layers, and I'm under 2 blankets. And I'm going to drink some hot water here before I go to bed, or hot tea. But it's pretty early, but I think I'm going to go to bed pretty early. I'm tired, but I feel good. I've had a couple ideas. I got an idea for another podcast today that I'd like to do, and I've been working on a new book idea. I think I can publish 3 books this year, and I'd like to start working on the 4th one as soon as I get back as well. We'll see. But got a lot of ideas. I just don't have a lot of, well, I guess I have plenty of time right here, but there's some people I need to work with on the 8th book, on my 8th book. But anyway, more ideas than time, always. So I've been writing pretty steadily, and I'm getting so much power I probably could start typing again pretty soon. I don't have enough power to run the laptop for hours a night, but I can run it for maybe an hour or 2 a day. And I think I could probably run it in the middle of the day. It seems to collect more power. It doesn't store all of the electricity that it's collecting. So I think some of it's just being lost. So maybe if I just used it in the middle of the day, then that'd be better. I could just put up a sheet and make it really dark, and then turn the power, the brilliance down really low on the laptop. So that might work. Or I can just handwrite everything in this book, and then transcribe it later when I get back to Civilization. It's kind of funny. That is one thing I do kind of miss, is power on demand. Just plugging a laptop into the wall and not having to worry about running out of electricity, or anything like that, or worrying about how many things you have plugged in at once. But anyway, it's nice to have the ability to use it at all. Having some electricity back now is nice, but I can get by without a lot of things. So, all right, I think that's about it.